what's up? This is Kelly and this is Deeply Madly Modern. Welcome to my channel. Thank you so much for being here. We are doing part 2 of my home updates. It's kind of a like, girl, where the hell you been type of moment, okay? But we are back. Part 1 is up, so if you haven't seen that already and you're curious about my indoor updates, please go check it out. This is going to be outdoor updates. Let's get into it. First things first, I feel so incredibly blessed and lucky to live in this house. It's my dream house. I dreamt of this house as a little girl in Philadelphia. I wanted a house with a pool. I wanted palm trees. I wanted it to be sunny and warm all the time. I'm definitely living my little girl dream. However, most houses don't come exactly perfect, right? Sometimes things are a little wonky, and I feel like even though this is a large yard, I'm so grateful for the pool, they did make some good choices. A lot of them felt questionable, okay? Exhibit A, the ficus situation or the plants, there's a literal brick wall, which I call prison wall because that's what it reminds me of. And you're supposed to plant these trees 18 maximum, 18 inches apart. They are quite literally 5 to 6 feet apart, which is so strange. And they were never going to grow in nicely. And so that was one of the first things I did 3 years ago when I bought this house. I cannot believe we're coming up on the 3-year anniversary of Deeply Madly Palm Springs. It's crazy. It's crazy. Again, I feel so incredibly blessed, and I'm so grateful to all of you who have supported me in any way in all these years on the interwebs. If you just are consuming my content, any encouraging words you've ever sent me, comments, likes, shares, all those things, thank you, thank you, thank you, because none of this is possible without you guys. And so I appreciate you. Just wanted to say that from me to you, right? So all of that to be said, I loved the house when I first saw it. The yard was great, right? Great bones. But this tree situation was crazy, crazy town. There was also furniture here when I got it, which wasn't really my style. Luckily, you know, the Facebook marketplaces of it all, I was able to get rid of the furniture that I didn't want to use, and someone else got really beautiful, brand new practically furniture at a really crazy price. I think I listed everything for extremely cheap because I just wanted it gone. There was a pergola here that I also didn't like, wasn't fond of. If you have this pergola, shout out to you, you know, God bless. It just wasn't for me. And so I replaced that as well in that same time frame. And by the time I added in like my furniture, I felt really good about where things had gone. Photo here of how it used to look like by the time I started actually like renting out the house. Again, if you're new here, this was a house I bought 3 years ago. I used to rent it out. Now I live here. Very excited about that. And yeah, it was up to snuff. You know, she's looking good. She's looking good. But now that I'm here and I've been putting my own spin on things, my own take on things, and just evaluating the house, right? I moved in last June, and as you live in a space, you decide kind of what works for you, what your eye is feeling really good about, what your eye is saying like, no, please make it stop. And one of the main things for me, and we say this all the time, right? With the interior of your house, like a room, there is nothing like a fresh coat of paint. It is so impactful. And I've learned that, right? Like I've painted bathrooms. Do you remember the bathroom update? Insert here, okay? The bathroom at my LA apartment, painting those walls pink made the room look so good, okay? We did the hallway. We did this beautiful yellow color. My room, okay? My room is this beautiful minty, but like a warmer. It's not cool like mint, so I shouldn't say it. It's like a very pale grass green, right? Because there's a little bit of yellow in it. It's called Glisten Green by Bear, actually, if you're curious. And so, yeah, we know that in here, right? It's very beautiful and creamy. It may not translate necessarily on camera because it is a whitish color, but the creaminess added such a richness compared to the stark white that was in here. So for your exterior, the same is true. Now, if you watch part 1, I am in my DIY era. I am in my Kelly, you can do it. Let's not be afraid of tools. Let's not be afraid to try, right? We are in that era. And I was like, how do you paint a house, right? Because I actually like painting interiors. Like I don't mind rolling out paint. Taping is annoying, right? But you can get over it. I don't mind the chore of painting. So I thought to myself, Can't be that hard, boys do it, right? So I go on TikTok and I watch people paint houses. I'm looking up how to paint stucco. What do I need? And I was like, I can do this. I feel very lucky that I was talking to Graco Spares. This is not sponsored. They just, you know, are a resource for me. And they're like, yeah, like we'd love to send you a sprayer to try, right? And so I got the sprayer and I went to Lowe's and I used the paint from Valspar. It's specifically for stucco masonry outside. And I used the color Creamy, I think from Sherwin-Williams. So I use Valspar paint in a Sherwin-Williams color. You can do that when you're at like your local hardware. Like when I go to Lowe's, they can make whatever color you want based off of whatever the actual paint you need is, like based off of what you're actually painting. And so hit the hardware store, got my little paint, got my tools, okay? Needed some tape, needed plastic, got that paper covering for the ground because you definitely don't want to be getting paint that is specifically for stone on your concrete because that is not going to blast off the way that like a latex paint might. And yeah, I had my sprayer and got to work, girl. The thing about stucco is, okay, and I learned this since I'm a professional now. The thing about stucco is that you spray it and you have to back roll. And I saw that in all of the TikTok videos. They were all spraying and back rolling. And that means you're just taking the roller and pushing the paint that you just sprayed into the thing, right? The thing being the wall. These hairs, girl, I was like, okay, I can do this. And I don't know why I thought this would take like 2 days. I don't know why I thought I could do it totally alone. I don't know why I thought these things, okay? Like, I was like, I don't know. I was Timothina, the tool lady, Kelly, too close to the sun, right? And so Graco goes, they see me spraying because I put it on a story and they DM me and they go, have you tried the power roller? And I'm like plugged in, no. So they have this roller and there's a metal pole that screws into the actual same sprayer, the pressure sprayer that your paint sprayer attaches to. And that way you don't have to like keep bending down, go in the paint, roll, bending down, go in the paint, roll. You just hold the trigger of the paint sprayer and it just rolls for you. So we did a combination and I have to tell you, the way my house looks now is crazy town. Like it is elevated 10 times just from this paint job. There was nothing wrong with the paint, right? The paint was just like a grayish cool tone and it's generally so bright in Palm Springs. You don't want to have actual white on the house because it will quite literally be blinding. So people usually use some derivative of white, whether it's a cool tone or a warm tone. I'm a warm tone girly. And if there is a cool tone, I don't mind mixing them, but I need warmth, right? And so the paint wasn't chipped or damaged in any way and it was in solid condition. But the difference, I also want to be proud of myself. Pat on the back, hell, because I actually swatched the colors instead of just going rogue and being like, I don't know, that one. And it made so much sense because I painted them on a part of the backyard that was sunny and a part that was in shadow because it really does make a difference. Like lighting is everything with paint. And I wanted to make sure that I liked the color in both shadow and in full sun and that it felt good both ways because that would suck to only like your house if it's cloudy out and or if the sun is fully blasting in a particular area. So I wanted something that looked and felt good with both types of daylight. And I think I nailed it. The color is creamy again. And it is exactly that. It's like the most creamy, rich, yummy, milky color without being too white. And it took a week, you guys. I thought it was gonna take a day or two. I don't know what I was thinking. And I had to get help. So I did the spraying and then I had my handyman help me with back rolling. And we nailed it. It looks so good. And that is like the biggest transformation that I could even imagine. Paint adjacent, but yet another small but mighty transformation. I have these teak pool chairs that I got, these pool loungers that I got from our house when I moved in, so 3 years ago. They've been sitting in the backyard, roasting in the 120-degree sun. And it was time. You really should not wait this long. If you treat your furniture well, if you take care of things, it will last a lifetime. And because of the quality of these chairs, I wanted to make sure that I took good care of them. And so with teak, you're supposed to oil the wood, like condition the wood so that it doesn't crack, right? Because the extreme sun, the harsh temperatures, your wood can just get eaten alive. And so I used Minwax. I just got it from the hardware store and got a little brush. You can either use a brush or you can just use like kind of a rag and wipe it in. I ended up with a brush because it just was much faster with a brush. And then if there was any sort of like dripping or running, I would rub it in with a rag afterwards, and it looked so good. So those are totally refreshed and I'm feeling so good about those. There is some new outdoor furniture coming, which we will do a full backyard reveal soon, because the other major thing, it's happening literally right now, is I'm changing my pool tile. I don't know who I think I am. It's also kind of like 3 years is a good time for like certain updates, especially you don't want things to look run down. And also I'm trying to beat the weather. And so backyard season is very much now in Palm Springs, and it's going to be very hot very soon. And a lot of outdoor work can't happen when the temperatures are crazy. You don't want some, you know, person out there tiling your pool in heat that is going to harm them, right? And so though I do have a tile project coming up that I will be doing myself, this one, draining a pool, acid washing, blasting, the specificness of like how tiles should be installed to literally live in water, I'm not playing around like that, okay? So I got this gorgeous tile from Bedrosian. Super simple, right? I wanted to stay a little bit classic. I'll throw in some inspo pictures here. I thought about stripes, okay? That could have been really cute. I was thinking like green and cream, black and white. I thought about even like an orange and cream. I did chicken out a little bit and just went really classic, but I love the shape of these tiles. And so that was kind of what I focused on in terms of like adding my little bit of oomph, you know? Because I am like, even though I think people would consider me a little bit like, I don't know, edgy, or I don't even know what the word is, kooky, weird, whatever, I am very much classic with a twist. I also just realized I'm talking so much with my hands and my manicure is jacked up, but it's not my fault because quite literally no one in Palm Springs that I've experienced can do nails. And this is gel and they chipped in 3 days. I can't explain. So forgive me. Anyway, I wanted to be a little bit adventurous. I chickened out and I got this 2x18 tile. And I feel like that shape, like small, but like, you know, long, would be so sickening if I laid it out correctly. Now, I'll show you here. This is what we were working with. Again, totally fine if that is your jam. It is not mine. The coloring, the fake marbling on the tile, I don't know. And also the quality of the tile, it just calcified. It got calcium on it so quickly, and that can be cleaned off. You just acid wash your pool, but like, who's gonna drain the pool and keep acid washing it because this tile is just like not a good quality? But I ended up doing what they call, I think the color is some sort of cream name. I'll look it up, it'll be on the screen. And it's in a 2x18 and I love it so much. I can't show you the final product because we are in process, but I'll give you a sneak peek, and then in the full backyard reveal, which will come soon, you'll get kind of the full shebang. Last but not least, we got some new furniture and it's cute. I'm so excited. There are more accessories coming, like I'm gonna add an outdoor rug. I did get a little gaggle of plants, which I'm going to figure out how to stage and style properly. I think I want to put in some really pretty creamy rocks, you know, at the top. But this sofa and coffee table are from All Modern. I'm doing a little project with them for Instagram, and I love this sofa so much. It got delivered a while ago, so I've been hanging out on it for the last couple of weeks. The sturdiness and the sturdy and comfortable is how you win my heart. Like every time. I don't feel like I'm going to hit the floor. I don't feel like it's not made for me. It feels comfortable. It has the perfect amount of give. It's not like too hard. And what I love about this sofa is the rounded arms mixed with the wood accent on the bottom. This like woven teak situation on the bottom looks so beautiful. And it gives me like a combination, right? It is a little bit Palm Springsy, but it's also kind of Italian. It doesn't feel out of place in this environment. And I definitely want my yard to feel sculptural and cool and interesting. I want everything to sort of be a piece to admire, not just about function. So we're doing that. And then the coffee table, which fake time, it's being delivered today, but by the time you see this, I will have footage. The coffee table that I'm super excited about because it's huge, and I really like spend a lot of time outside. I have very indoor outdoor life, especially before it gets like unbearably hot. And so I feel like this is the perfect huge coffee table where you can throw a bunch of pillows around because there'll be a nice rug there, and have people over, and you can eat and snack and, you know, watch something on a projector, or just hanging out, lounging, entertaining my family, which I want to kidnap them all and make them move here. But yeah, so I'm really excited about the outdoor updates, and there is so much more to come. So I did on my Substack write a post called I Thought I Could, and So I Did. And it's basically about building my confidence, right? Like, we have confidence in our personhood, like who we are, in what we wear. And for me, like with interior design, I've been very down to try and make mistakes and not be perfect. And so I wanted to sort of apply those same tactics, so to speak, to be doing more DIY projects myself, doing more of the heavy lifting, the labor myself when it came to home improvements. And it has been such a labor of love and pouring into my home and into myself subsequently. So that's on my Substack. It's a few posts back by now, but you should definitely check it out. And if you're looking for a little confidence boost, I think it could be helpful to you too. While I did not tile the pool, I am going to attempt to tile my kitchen. In part 1 of this home update, you will have learned about this wall, right? This wall was not here. I was a part of making it become here. And the flip side of this wall is my kitchen. So I'm going to be tiling the wall. I'm so excited. I got the most gorgeous Zalige tile. It's like this maroon, reddish brown color. I'm obsessed, and I cannot wait to attempt that. And I will do that with you. Other updates include a beautiful wood wall that's coming that I mentioned in video 1, and just overall updates. Like, the house is a work in progress. Like, I don't have the means or the crew or the whatever to do everything all at once. So I'm updating things one thing at a time, doing a lot of it myself, and I hope you are along for the journey. Thank you for your continued support and always being patient with me. And like I said, I appreciate you so much for all of you who have been here for me in any way. I appreciate you subscribing and following along and joining me on the journey that is life. Not that journey of that airplane. I wonder where they're going. Oh my God, that plane is so low, you guys. That was crazy. Anyway, thank you so much for watching. Love you, mean it. See you in the next one.